Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am your host, John F. Thomas. Welcome to the JT Effect. We have some really explosive information for you today because, a lot of things have been going on today with the whole Meghan Markle situation, the interview, her and Prince Harry. So if you're just now tuning in, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, share this video so that more people can see it. And we definitely need a lot more people to be, watching these channels and things like that. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the Black Boss channel, subscribe to the JT Effect, whichever one you want to subscribe to. I have a special guest in today, and it's not just me, so we're really going to dive into it. But before we do, we'll be right back right after this.
Just share with me your thoughts. Don't be afraid to talk to me and show me who you are. I wanna know. Talk to me.
It's the JT Effect. Now who else can make you feel like that? It's the JT Effect. Now who else can make you feel like that?
Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the JT Effect. Again, if you're tuning in, please hit that like button, leave a comment, type in B1 if you are Black first before anything else. I appreciate all of y'all tuning in. We're really going to dive into it. Like I said, type in B1. Go ahead and tell me what y'all think about this whole Meghan Markle situation. If you've seen her in an interview with Oprah, it was interesting. I saw a little bit of it. I saw, bits and pieces, and it's really crazy. But let me go ahead and bring in my special guest, Tariq Abdul-Khaaliq. Here he is. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
All good, man. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, man, it's interesting. It's interesting with this whole situation with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Because I saw people talking about, I didn't even know that there was an interview, but so many people were talking about it online.
Me neither, bro. I didn't even know there was an interview, bro. Like, I'm just responding to the aftermath. That's like a story I never really cared about, but everyone's talking about it, man. So it seems like everyone, this is the big story, bro.
Yeah. So it's a lot going on, and for everybody that's tuning in, again, please hit the like button. Type in B1 if you are Black first before Republican, Black first before you Democrat, Black first. If you're in London and you're watching this, you're Black first before you're English, you're Black first before you're American. B1, we're Black before anything else. Before I pledge my loyalty to Black people and the Black community before anything else. So, but the topic for today is Meghan Markle, and not just her, but Prince Harry as well. Both of them were talking to Oprah today, and I'll share the link to the article and tell you why this is a topic worth talking about. So basically, they're talking about their royal struggles, from discussions of the baby's skin tone to suicidal thoughts. And I'll just quickly run through this. So conversation about how dark their baby's skin tone would be, a rift between Prince Harry and his father, so deep that Harry said his father at one point, stop taking my calls. And Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, saying she didn't want to be alive anymore. Now, and let's just be serious. Like that is a very serious thing. If mental health is very important. So for her to be saying something like that, high stress situation, you are in a royal family. She's never been in a royal family before, dealing with racism, I'm sure, which they have talked about. But anyway, it says these were some of their shocking details described by Harry and Meghan in an exclusive interview with Oprah Winfrey, the first they've had since they stepped away from their official royal duties last year. They said they would have stayed if they had gotten support from the royal family. But at least the good news is so far saying that they are about to have a second child. It's going to be a girl. So that's a good thing that's happening in their life. But they spent most of their discussion talking about trying to give their side of the many tabloid stories that have circulated about them since they've gotten together, including one about how Meghan had once made her sister-in-law, Catherine, cry. And it says, while they had harsh words for their treatment in the press, the most disturbing parts of the interview centered on how they were treated by members of the royal family. Harry said that he had a really good relationship with the Queen, but said that he was disappointed by his father, and that while he loves his brother William to bits, they're on different paths. And Meghan, and this is important, I believe, Meghan said that in the months that she was pregnant, we have in tandem the conversation that he won't be given security. And I'm pretty sure in him, she's talking about her child. He's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born. And Harry said it was not a conversation he ever wanted to discuss. And the last very important part is that Meghan said that she had a clear and real frightening thought about suicide while she was a working member of the royal family. Harry said that he did not receive any support from the royal family over her mental health, saying it was not a conversation to be had. The pair focused heavily on the royal family refusal to provide security for them, especially grave concern for Harry, given his mother, Princess Diana. If y'all remember, she was very well loved all over the world and had, some little headbutts with the royal family as well. Harry is very similar to Princess Diana, as they're kind of seen as rebels. But anyway, that gave him concern. He said that his experience with Meghan showed him how hard it must have been for his mother. So with all of that being said, this is very, very interesting. Tariq, man, let me know your thoughts on this, because I've said a lot already. What are your thoughts given everything that we just read here?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, if we want to do the white people thing, it's just like you knew that this is a family that's been all white. There's no black people ever who has been like a queen or a king in England at all. So, you marry him and expect nothing to happen. It's just things like this doesn't shock me. And I don't know how I feel, man. I don't feel, I know a lot of black folks feel a sense of anger and they got to do something, but I'm kind of one of those dudes that I just hold people accountable. I mean, you knew what you signed up for. I mean, of course, this guy was a high status man. He's a prince, I believe. And, there are going to be royal duties, and this is the lifestyle you sign up for. I don't know what you expected, but it just seems like you marry a white dude and then you run into the black community telling us how racist this family is. And, my only question is, what is the black community supposed to do? This is what I'm trying to figure out. What is the desired outcome? What are we supposed to do sitting on the sidelines? Do we just hate the royal family? Do we dismantle it? I don't see where the conclusion is going.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I feel like so far what they're wanting with this is, in a sense, it's like, oh, they're being mean, they're being very evil and vindictive towards us. We should really shame them, and maybe, I don't know, maybe cancel culture can come out and try to, can we even cancel the royal family of England? So I mean, it's interesting, but I'm with you on that sense, to where it's just like, although I feel her pain, and that sucks, that does really suck, but I also feel like the same thing like you were just saying, because we were talking about this a little bit earlier, that it's hard for me to have much sympathy for her when it's kind of like you knew what you were walking into. And that kind of leads me to this question, because remember when all of this was happening, and some people were kind of just like, okay, well, we're supposed to be applauding this or whatever, and they're just like, what this is a fantasy, like this black woman gets to have this amazing wedding with her, and she's literally like, a black woman gets to be like the princess in England. She actually gets to, be married into royalty, and like, we should be happy for her. It's just like, wow, she, these black men out here, they ain't doing, but now this man came over and he wants to marry her, and yeah, we should be happy, hooray, and just applauding and all of this. And it's just like, well, I mean, yeah, but now if we look at this, it's just like, what was it really that great of a thing? So I guess my question is with that, like I said, black women were excited about, I'm not going to say all black women, but a good portion of black women were excited about Meghan being married into royalty in England. It's a fairy tale. It's like Disney. Disney came to life, basically. Disney in real life. Is this something concerning for you, for them to be so excited about it, especially, and I hate just being real, and this is from a man's perspective, because I feel like we constantly get a lot of people saying black men shouldn't talk, black men shut up, black men this, but no, we need a space where we can talk to, we can give our thoughts, because we see these things are going on, and black men need to be heard. So I just want to ask, is this something concerning when this same family, this same family, this lineage has pillaged, raped, and stolen from Africa, and basically shown us in probably the worst light ever for decades, over centuries. So, and they're still carrying on today. Is that concerning to you?
Yeah, and another thing that's even more concerning is this. Yeah, when the marriage was announced, it was almost as if this was, Black history. Well, a first Black woman, she's gonna be a princess, yay! And what annoys me about that is that we get so happy when white people award us, like with these titles, as if they are going to step down from the throne and now Wakanda is going to take over. It just reminds me, if you look at any other situation where Black people are being awarded positions in any white company, the white boss never steps down. Most of the times those Black people are used as tokens to show there is no racism. So when Black people behave like that, it just shows white people that we just want to be accepted. We want to be validated. So when you award us with these titles, this is Black history to us. We love it, and it kind of makes our young women, oh well, I want to get married to a white prince too, and it kind of really negates the purpose of a Black man. Is a Black man not able to bring her happiness? Are Black men not having our women feel happy about getting married, that they got to go to a white prince, a white man to fulfill that role? So I feel nothing of these things, man, because I don't want our people to put white people on such a pedestal that when they award us, we're like, thank you, master, thank you. I don't deal in that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting, man. As you can see, like with this picture, there's not a lot of Black people. Actually, now that I'm looking at this picture, man, I don't know if you see the two kids on the, like, almost on the far right, the two girls. It's like, were they placed in that picture just to kind of like add a little bit more diversity? They
look more East Asian, man. Right. They could be adopted. Who knows, man? Yeah. And the thing about this is, I'm the type of person where I kind of want to hear the full story, because, the thing is, if they were that racist to begin with, why would the family be reluctant to, get them married and support her and have her in the their little mansion? And then it just seems like a movie where some white person in the family said, I don't like the skin color of your baby. God, man, like, is that still, are white people still doing that in the open? And what's interesting is that in the Oprah interview, why won't they name that family member? Name that racist family member so we can check them. It's like, okay, are we protecting racists? If you have this ultra racist family member, name them and let them be exposed so we can deal with it. But the fact where no one wants to name them, it just kind of just I feel like it's kind of giving us an emotional reaction and an emotional trigger, man. And like I said, I just don't know where this is going. But, to Meghan Markle, I hope everything's okay with her. But, sometimes our women got to really step back and realize, what are you getting into? If this family does not have a great history with Black people, why are you marrying into that and then coming back to us, telling us how racist they are to you? What do you want us to do?
Yeah. So I've been sitting there thinking about, with all of that and everything being said, with this happening, and she was having suicidal thoughts and all of these things, which is very sad, that she went through that. But it all, again, and maybe that's me being a little cold-hearted, it's hard for me to have sympathy for that when I do have sympathy. I do. I'm not going to say I'm this heartless monster, but I do have sympathy. But also, it's just kind of like, well, you kind of knew what you were walking into when you came into this situation. You had to have known. And if you didn't know, responsibility kind of falls back on you at that point, because you were going into this family. There, as you can see, this isn't a regular family, right? This is I mean, even going into a regular family, if you are a completely different race, married into a family of white people, there's going to be some tension, and now you're looking at this on an even larger scale, a larger scale, with a royal family at this point, and there's even more pressure. And on top of that, you have to do the duties of that royal family. And it seems like they're giving them issues with, holding her to a higher standard, which is not surprising to a lot of Black people in regular life. You go into your job. If you're working for white people, you're held to a higher standard than your white counterpart, where they can slack off and do whatever and do. You do one thing that white person does, and then they, Billy, what are you doing? Get back to work, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, well, man, Fred over here, he just, slacking off. Well, I'm talking about you, and it's just like that kind of stuff. Fred gets a raise over you. And actually, I was working at a job where this dude was getting, he was getting paid more than I was doing. And we basically did the same thing. And he was trying to like kind of hide it because he didn't really want, there to be any tension and all that kind of stuff, man. And it was crazy. So these are things that should not be surprising. Like these things happen, and we should be surprised that they were concerned about maybe the complexion of the baby's skin, which I think we were kind of talking about earlier, going to the complexion of her skin. She's already like really light skinned. Like, how dark did you think this baby was going to be? That's what I'm confused off of.
Hey man, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I'm like, that baby ain't coming out black, charcoal black. Meghan Markle's a light-skinned woman, and she has white in her. And then her husband is white. That baby is going to take on that white side. In fact, I took a look at the baby today. The baby has blonde hair. So wow. I mean, it may have a little bit of African features, but it's going to be tiny. I mean, that baby is going to pass as white. Okay, and and the other thing is
the newest image of the baby that or no? Is that an older image?
Like I said, I have not been following this couple at all, so I don't know if that's an older or a new image. I know I saw one of this, but maybe that was a younger image. But if you just look at the baby, I'm not sure how old that baby looks like. It's about a year, maybe. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have white skin features, but maybe we got to let it fill out. But man, if that baby keeps mating with white, like let's say the baby becomes an adult, and then he gets a white wife, that baby's gonna just look whiter and whiter. That melanin is gonna get DNA coded out, and you got to think about it. Biracial, you got to. I mean, just look at her situation. She's biracial. Is that baby really more prone to marry a black woman or a white woman? Typically you see that these biracial people typically go, especially if they're mixed with black, they're going to go for white. Meghan Markle's did it. And I see that baby's going to see, wow, my dad's got a whole royalty and he's white. He's going to see that white side. And I wouldn't be shocked if that baby gets a white woman. I promise to God, I'll be shocked if he ends up with the black woman, but we'll see. But I don't know.
I see what you're saying here. So, like in this picture, it's like like the red hair from the dad is starting to come through, in a sense. So
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. Would he had married a dark-skinned black woman? Like, these are the questions. It's like, if she was a darker-skinned black woman, would he had married her? Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, it's just, you know, the thing about it is Meghan Markle, it's sad that if everything she says is true, that's sad that she went through that. But, you know, she is going to be okay. You know, she's a millionaire. She is living great. She is going to be okay. They are away from that family. If there was racism, they are far away in California in their little mansion. So she is going to be okay. Now, politically speaking, this may devastate the royal family. I'm really curious to see their response to these allegations. I really want to see their response because this can really destroy them. We'll see. I mean, in this day and age, you can't be racist like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Man? I mean, you know, with the Me Too movement and, you know, Meghan Markle's all about feminism and women's rights. She's got a lot of liberal white women on her side. They ain't playing that, man. So I'm really curious to see how this plays out.
I mean, but if you think about it, though, T, man, because a lot of the women's rights thing and cancel culture and Me Too, a lot of that is playing out to me more so over here. Now, maybe I don't know. Maybe you've been like more attentive to like what's going on overseas. I mean, I know there is movement over there, but as far as when it comes to like royalty and, you know, the royal family, like, I don't know if they are, I mean, I feel like they're kind of immune to it. You know, I don't know if they would really be devastated by it. I mean, people can kind of say whatever, but I mean, they're powerful. It's like, who's going to tell them what to do? What are you going to make the queen come out and apologize? I'm not really sure, but we have like Jessica Whittle. She was like, yeah, cancel culture is real these days. But, you know, that's my question, in a sense where it is real over here and for some celebrities, but the royal family is basically beyond celebrity status. You know, it's just kind of like, you're going to do what we say. If you don't do it, it's going to be a problem, you know? So I'm not saying that they're making people disappear, kind of like, you know, in China, if you speak against the Chinese government, like you're out of there. But I think that might be something close, because like I was saying before we got on here, I was talking about Princess Diana, and it said it in an article, like Harry was that made him think about, because he was, you know, married to Meghan, and they were about to have a baby, and I guess they were concerned about the skin complexion of the baby. They weren't going to give the baby a title. They weren't gonna like give him any kind of, I guess, the royalty, the tradition of respect and nothing like that. And not even security. He wasn't going to get security and all this stuff. So he was kind of concerned in a sense where it's like, okay, I think this is what my mom went through. Like, I'm fully seeing, because I married a black woman now, which I didn't have to do that, but I did. I put myself in this situation. Now I'm seeing what my mom went through, because she was a rebel in comparison to what they wanted her to do. And in a sense, that potentially cost her life. Now, whether the royal family did it, I don't know, but probably so. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't quite follow the Princess Diana, because the European kings, queens, I really don't care about it too much. I do remember when she died, but the one thing I can say is, bro, we should never underestimate liberals, man. You know, I mean, just think about it. Trump is supposed to be the whitest white supremacist president we ever had, right? Yet, for the entire 4 years, he's received nothing but negative coverage. If you even so much as support him in Hollywood, that's detrimental to your career. And you see how the liberals came together and censored him. I mean, if they didn't care if he was the president, they still censored him. And he's still censored to this day. So I don't underestimate the liberals. If the liberals make enough noise and they got the power of the big tech institutions, banks behind them, there's enough noise, I believe, that can reach over into Britain and do something. So I don't want to underestimate the power of liberals. And also England, you know, they have, you know, cancel culture as well. I mean, it's not it's all over the West, where they have these, you know, feminism is on the rise, liberalism is on the rise, censorship. They're having these same conversations in Europe, man. So yeah, man, I don't want to underestimate this. Just the one thing I just want to say, just to black people, is I really don't want us to get too emotional about this, because, like I said, I mean, she made the choice to marry this white man. Now, I'm not saying to be mean to not be sympathized. I'm just saying, like, be careful of just getting your pitchforks together ready to protest. Just sit back and let's see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want our emotions to get riled up to do something that really doesn't benefit us.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I just wanted to say with the whole, when you were talking about Donald Trump, I think the difference to me, and I could be wrong, and you can let me know why you disagree, because I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Because Trump wasn't liked by anybody, though. That's the thing. Even the Queen, despite it was funny. There was moments where he met with the Queen and she was throwing shade, a lot here and there. So that's where I think it's kind of. I mean, yes, there is cancel culture, but it's kind of like white supremacy will protect itself in a sense, because it's and I do feel like, in a sense, even though there is cancel culture and it's led by a lot of white liberals, and even the white feminist movement led by a lot of white liberals, it's kind of like the white supremacist structure. It's like the men are just like, okay, the women, let the women have their, little hoorah and all this stuff. Let them have their say and have their fun. But at the end of the day, we're only going to let you do so much. We're only going to let you go so far, And even with Trump, it's just like, we don't even like Trump. So it's just like, yeah, we'll let you cancel him. But again, even cancel culture it only went so far, because look at who's the president now. Look at the issues that he had prior to, because as much as people love President Biden now, Biden came to save the day. This dude had an issue because there was a claim against him, an accuser that's saying he sexually harassed her. But they quickly brushed that under the rug. They quickly dismissed her when it's supposed to be, believe her. Hashtag believe her. I just want to believe her. I just want to believe her. But nobody believed her. So either do we believe her or do we not believe her? Do we believe her when it works for us? And then, when it's going against our agenda? No. We shut up. We don't believe you. We don't believe you right now. We'll believe you maybe later. Come back later. It's just like, so what, like, that's the only thing I'm just kind of like, because it for the royal family, I feel like that wouldn't work well in their favor. So I think they might have some mechanisms in place where it's just like, yeah, you can probably say whatever. I mean, because look at the Catholic Church. They get plenty of crazy press, but I mean, they're still operating. They can't, they're extremely wealthy, so I don't know. Those are my thoughts. What do you think, T?
Well, we'll see. The one thing I want to ask the African American community is, like, if the royal family gets taken down, how does that collectively benefit us? Because I feel like a lot of us, we get into these intangible fights where it symbolically looks good. So let's say that they get taken down because they're white supremacists. I don't see how that truly benefits Black people. It's just the same way like Aunt Jemima. It's just crazy. We get involved in these silly battles like Aunt Jemima saying, you know what, we're going to change our name to, I forget what they changed the name to, but they pretty much took it out because I guess that was offensive to
the
Pearl something. I'm just like, these are the intangible fights that we get caught up in. And to be honest, if we want to talk about white supremacy, I believe that is a form of white supremacy. When we get involved in these intangible fights that doesn't move us anywhere, but it soaks up our time of attention, that is a great way to keep us stagnant and unfocused. Because I'm telling you, after this, it just seems like in the Biden administration especially, and I'm not trying to make this too political, but I just feel like boogeymen are being found. Because now that the ultimate boogeyman is gone, now we got to highlight issues like this and just blow it up. And, we got COVID going on, stimulus checks ain't been out, but these issues are heavily pushed on the media to keep us in this, boogeyman rage. So right now, the royal family's a boogeyman, and they did something to Meghan Markle, and something's got to be done, and these white supremacists are out here. And like I said, I don't see tangibly how this helps the Black community. Like, I don't see it. And even if, let's say everything is good, her marriage to Prince Harry, tangibly, how does that help the black community? Still, I still see nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts on that, man. Like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's a legitimate question, because I mean, yes, we are talking about this, but how does that move that needle forward for the black community? Like, how does that push us forward with these? Basically, and also like they say, not all press is, not all bad press, or whatever is really bad press, or whatever the saying is, I guess any press, all press is good press in a sense, or whatever the saying is. And it's really interesting, man, that, because now we're talking about this, but, by a degree of separation, we are talking about the royal family. We are talking about them. So, and we're talking about white supremacy. We're talking about, how they felt so squashed underneath basically their power. Oh, they didn't give us what we deserved, and blah blah. I mean, that's basically like me going to this white bank and saying, oh, they didn't give me a loan. They didn't give me a loan because I was black. They didn't get what? No, they've been not giving us loans because you're black. They've taken our land away. They've been redlining. They've been locking us up. They've been doing all kind of things to us. And so why are we still, in a sense, ultimately, you think about it, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they're whining about things that black people have been whining about. This isn't new. This is just in a different. I don't know if you thought that, okay, me going into this royal family, everything was going to change and progression. We're moving forward. We're forcing, and it was almost like, yes, we're forcing this white royal family. I think that's what it was. A lot of black people, they were excited because, oh yes, we're gonna push blackness into this royal family. They have no choice but to accept it. They're gonna have a black baby, and you have this black princess or the Duchess of Sussex, or whatever her title was, and you got no choice now because he married it. But now, in a sense, because they were like, oh, okay, so yeah, that's the game y'all gonna play. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're not gonna give you security. We're gonna keep you stressed the hell out. The tabloids are gonna be coming out here giving you hell. So then it got to the point to where Meghan was just like, yo, I'm stressed out. I feel like I might kill myself. Because I mean, think about it, already having a child and going through your body changing, and that already does a lot to a woman, right? That does a lot to her mind. So as a man, you have to be there for your woman, for your wife, for your whatever, when she's having that child, because my body is changing. I feel different. I feel bloated. I feel I'm ugly, maybe, whatever, all the thoughts are going through their head, and you have to be there to help. So not only is she going through that, but she's going through all the stress of racism in this family that doesn't want you in the family.
And let me just add on to that, bro, because I just took a look at Meghan Markle's exes, man, and it's just like they're all white, man. Like, Trevor Eggleston, if you look at them, white dude. Rory McElroy, another white dude. Corey Vitello, another white dude. My thing is, I mean, you don't even mess with the black community and black men in general, but then when something racist happens, you come running back to us. Like, this is what I don't understand, man. It's just like, there's no history with black people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, her best friend is white, and I'm not saying black women cannot have white friends, but it's just like, where are the black people in your personal life? Like where are they? And it's just like, now I'm supposed to be on this whole racist train. It's just like, bro, man, I marry a woman whose father's a former KKK member, and I'm just like, hey, John, bro, they hate me, bro. They hate my child, and it's so hard. They want my child, and I'm whining about it. I'm just like, but then you look at my prior exes. Then I talked to Trump's daughter before that, you know what I'm saying? And then I talked to some other white woman before that, and it's just like, I'm not even messing with black people. Most of my friends are white men. And it's just like, now it's like, when I'm hurt, I need a black community to come shield me. And it's just, come on, man. It's just like, if you notice people are like this, like, what, why not get a black man? So then y'all can relate culturally. Like, these are questions that's got to be asked, but I know it's too politically correct, so we're not, no one is going to get into that. But it's just like I don't know, and I'm not trying to play the gender game, but I feel like if the roles was reversed and there was a black man marrying into a white princess and there's racism charges, but then you look at his history and he's messing with nothing but white women before that, would there be a lot of sympathy, or would it be like, well? And I'm sorry, Meghan, stop talking about racism when you're only messing with white men. Seriously. If all of your exes are white men, why are you talking about racism?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. And I don't want nothing bad to happen to her, but I'm just saying this is the consequences. Why not try your own race?
Yeah, which is crazy because I really wonder. But actually, because I was sitting there thinking, because I said I was thinking in my head, her mom's black. Well, there's one black person, and but if you think about it though, and let's just be real, the reason why Meghan is mixed is because her dad is white. So her mom already has an affection and interest in white people. So in that sense, it's only going to just sprinkle down to her. It's going to drop down to her. I was like, okay, well, I like white men too. It's like, that's who I want to talk to. My mom I never seen her talk to anybody black. So I'm going to talk to a white guy. That's all I've seen. And that's what I like. And so you have that lingering there. And now just like you said, all she's doing is all of her exes are white guys. And she marries into this, the pinnacle of white structure, the white supremacy. You marry into a white family, and then you're surprised at how you're treated. This ain't just like you said. If you marry somebody in the KKK, it's just like, why are you surprised? Like, man, of course they hate you. So one of the things you mentioned, which I'm glad you brought that up, man. You brought up whether if the roles were reversed. And like I said, this is a space, and I know a lot of women, well, not even a lot of women, just white media wants black men to shut up. So no, I want black men to talk. We need our space, and we need to be able to say how we feel and say what we think. And these are our concerns, because we're supposed to lead the black community. Allow us to lead the black, and I thank you all for tuning in and allowing us to be a part of this black community and helping lead the black community, because this is important to hear black men's voice. Like black women's voice are important too, but right now in this space, we need to hear black men. I think T and I don't know about T, but I think I'm going to be on a panel tomorrow talking about this some more in regards. But we're gonna have black women on there. We're gonna hear their voice. Just right now, we need to hear black men's voices, and this is the time we need to listen. So if the roles were reversed, just like Tariq just said, if it was a black man who married a white woman, and she had her royal family, stuff like that, and all of a sudden he started calling racism, they never accepted me, and they didn't give all the stuff that she was saying. I thought about killing myself. Man, do you know how many black women on social media would be going in on this dude? They would be making memes of this guy. They would be putting the Michael Jordan cry meme on top of his head. So all of a sudden now, if you reverse it, it's not cool, but with Meghan's, man, I completely understand Meghan. Yeah, talk about, yes, girl, black women, to talk about my experience in the white workforce. And it's all the support, which is nice. But if you flip it, there's no support for that black man who is talking to a white women. And I'm not saying that necessarily should be support, especially if all he's been doing is dating white women. He hasn't really dated anybody black. But we have to be fair and honest here, and really look at that. And it's like, okay, so it's okay for her to do it, but it's not okay for the black man to do it, which I'm not condoning really either. I'm not condoning either one, but I'm just saying that we have to really look at this in a completely unbiased sense and just call it for what it is. I don't really have that much sympathy for her. And if it was a black man, who married a white woman, and all of a sudden you start crying, oh, racism, they ain't treating me right, and they talking about all the babies, what color the baby's gonna be I'm like, bruh, you knew what it was. We have to start treating people like adults. Meghan is an adult. She's not a child. Okay. She makes her decisions, and people need to be held accountable for their decisions. And I watched a little bit of the interview, and I think to me, a part of that was sincere, but another part I was just sitting there thinking that I don't know, is this somewhat of a show? Like I don't know. If a part of it felt like it. Like I said, I did have a little sympathy, but I don't have a lot of sympathy because you should have known what you were walking into. Again, like we keep bringing checkers pieces to a chessboard, and they're playing a completely different game. And we're talking about crying racism when you walked into this situation. You walked yourself into that situation, and now you want to cry foul.
Now you want the black community to come. And like I said, and I want people to understand, I hope no one is taking that we want something bad to happen to her. I don't want nothing bad to happen to Meghan Markle. I don't. And I hope she gets the help she needs. I'm glad she's in a better space where she's not feeling suicidal, where she's around people that love her child. I don't wish no harm on that lady. But it just comes off to me like the Kamala Harris effect. It's just like, now I'm black because I need you now. I claim Indian when I was a senator. I claimed Indian all my life. But now I'm running for president. I need the black vote. So now I'm pro-black woman, and now power to the people. Even though I don't have a track record, I'm a prosecutor, and my prosecuting record hurt black people more than helping them. But now I'm black. And I'm sorry, man. Like sometimes, it's like you ask for it. I wouldn't listen. If this was a black man, I don't know if I would give him. I wouldn't give him no sympathy. Also, I mean, I'm like, bro, you've been talking to none but white women, and now you complain of racism. Why have you not dated a black woman? Why have you not tried marrying a black woman? What is you see? We don't want to ask those questions. Do you not like your own race of the opposite sex? As far as relationship wise, we never ask those questions. Yeah. So with the Meghan Markle situation, it's sad, but it's just like I don't know what they want us to do, and I don't feel like black people should be like rah rah rah. I mean, it's just we're everyone. If you look at the black people calling the Princess family racist, that's all we do is state the obvious. They're racist. They're racist. Rah rah rah, and we're just riled up. And then, like a couple of weeks, we're going to be on to something else. So what does this accomplish? We just get our emotions riled up for no reason. Nothing happens. Nothing's accomplished. Everyone's career stayed the same, and we just got riled up for what? Like I'm not understanding this, man. Listen, you marry white people, you're gonna have to deal with those consequences. And if they ain't put their hands on you, and they ain't try to kill you or nothing like that, then that's some family internal drama that you're gonna have to handle. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you. Nothing I can do for you.
Yeah, and
straight up, man. That's exactly how I feel about that, bro. Like straight up, bro. Like don't say this black man they protecting black women stuff when you are over here dating white men all your life. That's your husband. He's got to protect you now. Like I'm not here for that anymore, man.
Yeah, no, I hear, and for everybody that's tuning in, I mean, this conversation has been so good, I completely forgot about it. Please make sure that you're hitting the like button. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the Black Boss channel if you have not subscribed to the Black Boss channel yet, because we definitely need more of you to share this, and the more likes that you give this, the more that this message can go out, because this isn't what mainstream media is talking about. This isn't, just like T was saying, like, is this a distraction? It seems like more of a distraction. Like, what is this accomplishing? So we need more conversations like this to really get to the root of it and get us back refocused, because really what the enemy tries to do is throw this stuff out here. Distraction, distraction, distraction. We don't have Trump anymore. So we need something. Who, just like T said, who is the new boogeyman? We'll just try to create random boogeyman just to keep you distracted long enough, just so we can do whatever we're doing and to keep you off of track of what we're really doing that's really nefarious, that's hurting the black community. So we have to really be aware of these things. So like I said, hit the like button. Please, thank you for leaving your comments like you've been doing. Please continue to leave comments, share this video, subscribe to the Black Boss channel, because we need more black media like this. And if you appreciate black media, if you want media where somebody like myself, somebody like Tariq is not being monitored by anybody white that's over us. It's saying, no, 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 you can't say that. No, 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 don't talk about that. Don't do. Then we need your support on that end. But I wanted to touch on this last thing. Let's say, I guess before we do go, and it's interesting that the whole time, like leading up to this, Meghan Markle, like I said, was getting married to Prince Harry, and all of this time, everybody was so excited. Oh man, it's like a Disney wedding. It's so beautiful, and it's so amazing. Oh wow, we should really, yeah, kudos, girl. Yeah, finally we getting some color into that white family, white royalty, all this stuff. And that reminds me of, because I was on a panel not too long ago, and I was talking with Black women about security and how there is a lot of issues within the Black community where there are, for good reasons, there are Black women who feel as though like I feel like I'm not being protected, or men aren't stepping up to take care of home, so I have to go out and make my money. And I feel as though I need to be with somebody who is making money, and that is fair. That's fair. It's only fair, because I wouldn't necessarily want to talk to somebody that's like working at McDonald's and they don't aspire to do anything more. It's just like, I'm just gonna be flipping burgers, and it's just like, that's it. Aren't you gonna do more? So I completely understand, but where the disconnect is where some of these women, I guess, like for instance, maybe Meghan and other women, they just like, well, I'm gonna just go to the white man. I'm gonna just go, because now you feel like your Black man can't protect you, but we have to put in the work, the hard work, and sometimes, and Black women feel like, look, I've sacrificed enough. Why do I have to keep sacrificing for these Black men? I've done enough. I've sacrificed enough. And my question is, how do we expect the Black community to rise if we're not willing to sacrifice, and men included? If we're not willing to sacrifice, you have to make sacrifices in order to grow, in order to evolve. That's just like, if I want to work out, if I have muscles, I can't sit there, man. I'm tired of trying to eat right. I'm tired of trying to doing push-ups. I'm tired of doing sit-ups. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of the sacrifice. I just want it. I just want the body. And it's just, but that doesn't work like that. So you're gonna constantly have problems if you're not willing to sacrifice in some way. And I don't mean sacrifice by talking with somebody who doesn't deserve your time. No, don't do that. No, have respect for yourself, for sure. All my beautiful Black women out there, don't just talk to some scrub that ain't really doing nothing with his life. But if you're talking, if there's a guy out there who has his mind on a plan, and he's out there doing, he's making ends meet, and he's taking care of his home, and he might not have what you're looking for yet, but he's on his way there. There's nothing wrong with talking to this guy. And or even if you're making more money than this man, let's say you're making $30,000 more than him. It doesn't make him really less of a man if he's making $30,000 less than you, or like, nah, I need somebody on my level and then be above. And it's like, this entire system is set up in place for a lot of the Black men to fail, and it's already hard enough. And same thing with Black women. But the thing is, these same white people who are trying to set Black women up to fail, they're giving you kind of an in. Hey, come on in. Yeah, come on. You want to succeed, right? Hey, yeah, but just just dismiss your Black man, though. So that just helps to tear down that Black community. And the same thing with some of the Black men, because I can't say that I can't just be attacking Black women, but same with Black men. Hey, yeah, no, you like this white woman, don't you? Don't you like this? Come on, talk to this white woman. Yeah, just dismiss your Black women. So it's a problem that we both need to address. And really, like, okay, with Meghan, let's go back to the security thing. I get it. Women want security. But she got herself into it. This is like some of the best security you can ever have, which has turned into a nightmare. So when are we going to stop ultimately setting ourselves up? Just because it's shiny and it looks nice, it doesn't mean it's good for us. Just because it's green on the other side, it doesn't mean the grass is really green. Maybe we need to start watering our own grass over here. If we all turned inwards and focused on ourselves and our community, we don't have to seek validation for the Queen and Princess William and his wife and all these white folks who don't give a rat's ass about us. We don't have to seek validation from them. We don't have to seek validation from from President Biden, who, you know, oh, well, let me go ahead and vote, or I ain't black. He said, I ain't black if I don't vote for him. Well, we don't have to seek validation from these people who care less about us, who don't give a hot damn about us. They get what they want, and then they're out. It's basically like they're getting our draws. We are the whores, and they come around when they want some ass. They get the ass, but when they finally get some ass, they whine and die because we probably, you know, playing hard to get. They finally get the ass, and I'm out. Bye. You my side piece. I'm not respecting you. I ain't thinking about you. I come around when I feel like it.
Bro, that's exactly, yeah, bro. And I'm so glad you said it, because that's how it is for the election too, man. You know, when they want that black ass, boy, they gonna fight hard for it that year for the election. Then get in. All right, now I don't want you no more. You know, I done used you up. Now get out. You are kind of annoying me right now. And that's exactly what Biden did, bro. When he told the black leaders, I can't do no executive order. I can't do anything. You need to talk to the Latinos, because they gonna be the majority. And that's a wrap. Hey, that's it for the black agenda after that, bro. The black agenda done. Now we on LGBT and all this other stuff, immigration, first 100 days. And it's like, you know what? This is why black people, I'm so glad you mentioned the validation, because like I said, the whole Meghan Markle thing was just one big validation of just like white people. You know, yes, you see the white princes love our women. Yay. White people love us. Yay. Black progress. It just annoys me when we do that, because I just don't think any other race will behave that way. I feel like, do we not love ourselves? And now, here's where the white media plays into it. They like that because that kind of does aid in the gender war. We're celebrating a black woman marrying a white prince. It's like, dang, none of the black men can measure up. They don't have to be princes or anything, but they can't measure up with their own economic statuses in the United States of America. Like, you know, so things like that, pushing that kind of pushes black women away from their own men to look at these other races, because they got, you know, their kings and queens or whatever. But now we see what Meghan Markle is going through, where she was like, shoot, I can't even live in that mansion. I got to get up out of there. But yeah, all this does to me is just, it kind of aids in a gender war. And just one more thing, just to Kamala Harris' point, and I'm not bashing Meghan Markle, but you got to understand, we uplift people that don't really push black agendas. Like, her whole agenda seemed to be climate change and feminism. Like, there's nothing moving that's really going to help African Americans. She's not speaking truly towards African Americans. Now, I can see if you're a woman, fine. Amen to the woman, because she speaks on women's issues. But to me, it's more of a white woman thing than a black woman thing, because, you know, black women's situations still remain the same, but they support these feminist agendas. So I just feel like black people, we got to be careful of this, man. These black people in these white companies or in these marriages, high profile, they're handpicked. You know, he ain't gonna marry no type of Asada Shakur, no pro-black. Come on, get out of here. If she looked like that but was pro-blackity black, that marriage wouldn't have happened. No way. That would have been that would have rocked the boat too much. Not attacking her character, but I just feel like we have to be careful when we just throw our support and say this is black history. And then when the people get in, they don't push anything black. But we're so happy. It's the same thing with Obama. There's not a single black agenda he pushed, but we're just happy because he's black. So what that tells white people when we behave that way is that, look, let's just keep handpicking these Negroes that we know is not going to do nothing for them. But just because they are black skinned, these people are going to love it and then keep running back to us. We have to mature, bro. Like, I'm getting sick of this, bro. Like, the whole Kamala Harris thing, it's like we're not maturing, bro. We're just staying stagnant. Oh yeah, he black. Oh yeah. And then we get nothing. We see other people like, dang, illegal immigration. They trying to fight for citizenship for them. Dang, they fighting for transgenders to use women's restroom. But what about black people? Y'all want us to vote? We just get ignored because we're not maturing, bro. So yeah, man. I hope we take that away from this. You know, personal accountability. You mess with white people all of your life, please. I mean, stop coming to us at the last minute and you want to be black. Stop doing that. Seriously. And that's all I got to say on that, bro.
So going to Tariq's, what Tariq said, I wanted to share this picture. And let me know your thoughts. Everybody that's watching right now, I want to know your thoughts. Going back to what Tariq said. Now, if Harry would have married somebody of this skin tone, now I want to know your thoughts. Put this in the comments. Do you think he would have married somebody like that? Now if he was talking to somebody, do you think that he would have married someone of this complexion, or that even the royal family would have even allowed that? If he was talking to somebody of this complexion, do you think that they would have been like, okay, that's fine? Because I promise you, my thoughts is that wouldn't have happened at all. That would I don't know. Tariq, what are your thoughts if Harry
that baby coming out black, bro? If she look that baby's gonna change some lineages, man. So nah, man, we need that black woman as light as we can, so that baby can continue mingling with white. Because a black woman like that, and she is a beautiful black woman, but you know what I'm saying. It's gonna have to take a couple of white white spouses in order, lineages to get rid of that skin color. So no, I don't think so. And I think someone in the chat asked, why do y'all think they picked Oprah for the interview? I honestly think because, Oprah has a very strong presence with black people and black women. So, that being on Oprah is going to unite the black folks to do something about this, man. We gotta do something about this. This how they did our sister, man, who doesn't mess with no black men at all. And best friend is a white woman, man. But man, we got to do something about this, man. So yeah, I honestly think that's what it is, man. And I just think black folks should really take this as just an internal family conflict, man. And that's that. We shouldn't get our emotions too involved in this.
And also, I do want to say we wouldn't be talking about this. And say like this kind of played us into their game too. We wouldn't be talking about this if Oprah hadn't have talked to her. So that was strategic. It was strategic to have Oprah talk to Meghan, who's all of her exes were white, and is dealing with basically this white drama that doesn't really have anything to do with black people. I haven't really seen Meghan say or do anything about talking about black issues in America or changing the dynamic or anything in America. So this is getting all of us to care about an issue that we shouldn't even really care about, basically to inject ourselves, and also to basically applying that race card when it's just like we don't even, that's not even our fight. That's not, because you walked into that and that has nothing to do with us. And if not Oprah, then I think they would have chosen Gayle. And there wasn't lost on me that when Oprah was, she had the interview and then they kept, they showed the segments online, and when they cut back, they had this like white guy. I don't know who he was. I think it was on CBS or whatever. But then the other person that was talking to Oprah was Gayle. And I was just like, wait, is that Gayle? And it's just like, so if not Oprah, it would have been Gayle. So they would have had somebody that black people trust. And remember, Gayle got sympathy from when Snoop Dogg called her a dog-headed, just because she had the interview saying what she was saying about and tearing down a black man, using a black woman.
Really quick on that Snoop Dogg situation, we have to stand this. I don't think the liberal media was really upset with Snoop Dogg. I think they was happy. It's just like, yes, now we can divert what Gayle King was trying to do to Kobe and push this black man attacking black women angle and completely destroy that whole argument about how Gayle King was destroying Kobe's legacy and try to make him look like a predator, a rapist, while he's dead, instead of answering these questions while he's alive. Exactly. And, Snoop Dogg, emotional self. I'm sorry, Snoop Dogg, you're too emotional. I talked to my mama. My mama told me, man, you're a grown man. Seriously, bro. Like, come on, man. I mean, his emotions got right up. You walk right into the trap, and I kind of understand. Maybe Kobe Bryant was really someone that he was real cool with, but you gotta be strategic as a black man, calm, cool, and collected. You call a black woman a funky dog-headed B word, which I didn't agree. When I heard, I said, "Bro, oh man, bro, you gonna get it after that comment." I was like, "Woo, they ain't gonna let you live on that, bro." No. And yeah, he had to apologize, and he kind of emasculated himself. He really emasculated himself. He emasculated himself. You got to be calm, cool, and collected as a black man. But yeah, bro, I totally hear you out. And the thing is, bro, if me and you, it's like I'm not dumb, bro. Like if I'm gonna marry a white woman whose family's all white, I'm gonna expect someone's not gonna like my black baby. Like seriously, you can't expect white people to love you. So yeah, I mean, somebody didn't like a black baby. I'm not shocked. They wouldn't like my black baby either if I was talking to a white person.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of. I think a lot of us we kind of feel like we and almost honestly, just being real, that's in a sense of self-hatred, you know, because you forget where you grew up. One, you grew up in America, where it's one of the most racist places in the world, and racism is all over the place. Like no matter where you look on TV, they subtle racism here and there. Dealing with cops is racism. Dealing with people at work, there's racism. I mean, it's a white supremacist structure designed to hold you back at every turn. And you're dealing with that. And I think some of these people, and even like Meghan to a degree, I think this is my escape. I can escape into this fantasy where I'm with these white people. They accept me and find, yes, progress. But the thing is, this structure is still in place. They're upholding the structure. And it might not even be necessarily that they're necessarily racist. It's just the structure is manipulating them to be racist. You know, and some people don't even know it. They just being racist and they don't know it. They might not necessarily just hate you, but it's just like, hey, I'm benefiting from this. And this system tells me I need to hold you back. Sorry. I'm getting what I'm going to get. You should have got what you could have gotten. Hey, it's too bad because I'm going to benefit. And at the end of the day, it's really no hard feelings, but that's what this system is designed to do, hold us back and propel them forward. So when something like this happens, it's like we forget that, okay, I'm going to marry this white person or whatever. And not everybody, but a good portion of people, they marry this white person and they forget that, oh, I'm black. And there's white people that probably won't like me. Just people in his family probably won't like me. They'll probably say some things that'll hurt my feelings. They'll probably say some things. So if you're not ready for that, then don't cry like, oh, they said, oh, they said the N-word and they, you know, it really hurt my feelings. And it's just like, well, duh. Now they're getting comfortable around you. It's like, hey, you part of the family. Get on over here, nigga. You know, so it's just like, I mean, I don't know. Like, what are we expecting? We need to stop expecting that white liberals and all of a sudden just with a magic wand or eraser, it just disappears. Racism is gone. Biden's in office. Racism has been defeated. Trump is gone. Racism is dead. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. And I don't know, T, do you have any last thoughts, man? Because I guess we can wrap this thing up because we'll be, you know, we're beating a dead horse at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Basically, we pretty much touched all the topics, but yeah, I mean, you know, you marry into white people and you don't have a history of dating black people, and then you complain about racism. That's just something I just don't understand. Like, that's like me joining a gang and I'm then complaining about why I keep getting run-ins with the police. And when I'm actively committing crimes, it's just, you know, personal accountability does have to take place. Once again, no one wishes no harm on Meghan Markle. I don't wish no harm on her personally. I hope she thrives and, you know, hopefully her and Prince Henry get over whatever their family's going through. But I just don't like this push to drag black people down. And this is a black issue. No, we need to start loving our own people. Like, why we got to marry white people and say, you don't hate this black baby. You love black baby. Why not we just create our own babies and then have our own black people love them? You know, instead of chasing white people's approval, they didn't like my baby. Okay, so what? Okay. I mean, you're gonna have to get over that. Talk to him next time. Talk to a black man. I'm not trying to be rude, but come on, your history is not with black people. So I'm sorry. Maybe this is your Negro wake up call. But you know, Meghan Markle is gonna be good. That's all I want to say. She can get our sympathy in. She's gonna be good. But I ain't rallying no troops, bro. And that's just straight up.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. And I guess my final thoughts on it all is, man, you know, we have to stop putting so much energy and time into things that don't really benefit. Just like Tariq was saying earlier, like, how does this benefit our black community? How does this progress us forward? Because it's basically like us us spilling, getting some of the tea that's being spilled. It has nothing to do with us. I mean, it's like her being married into that family has nothing to do with us at all. It's not like she had an agenda. I'm going to go into this royal family and I'm doing this for black people. You know, it's like, no, that was for her. That wasn't for black people. That was for her own security. That was her own, going back to security, that's false security of the white people that's going to give you, going into their security just to find out, oh, I walked into a nightmare. I walked into hell because I'm really realizing they don't like my black ass. And it's just like, and that's what it is. Like, I'm sorry, but, and I hate to be that blunt, but I'm tired of dancing around the issue of coddling and being, you know, everybody's so sensitive now. And sorry, there needs to be a rough wake up call. This is real, because sadly, we don't have Malcolm X. They killed him. We don't have Fred Hampton. They killed him. We don't have Dr. Martin Luther King, because Dr. Martin Luther King started getting crunk towards the end of his life too. And then once he started getting crunk, they killed him. So we need some more truth tellers. We need some people that are just like Tariq, like myself, like Dr. Boyce, who's just going to keep it real. You know, and I'm not sugarcoating anything. And I say this out of love because I love y'all. But we need to stop putting so much faith into white people and the white supremacist structure. We can save ourselves. We are our own heroes. And we talk about how amazing our ancestors were, you know, the strength of our ancestors, the strength of all of this. Well, let's pull from that and stop pulling from this faux strength that they're giving us. It's not real. Oh, this faux support. It's not real. They don't care about us. They're using us to get what they want, then they're dropping us off at the corner. They're dropping us off at the curb. Get out. Bye. I'll be back tomorrow. So they don't care about us. And the same thing, this is the Negro wake-up call for Meghan, and they don't care about you. I'm sorry. But this is what you walked into. Hopefully you can be accountable from this point on and make better moves from this point on. And you know, I just don't know. So let's all be smarter and really stop just these knee-jerk reactions. What happened to her that doesn't have anything to do with us? This isn't surprising. This isn't new. We have to move forward and just focus on what can develop us, because they're not going to do it for us. They're not going to be injecting money into our businesses unless white people are there. They're not going to do this. So we have to inject money into our own businesses. So with that being said, nice little segue. If you want to invest into a black business, like you can invest into this one, or by subscribing, you can subscribe to the Black Boss channel. Subscribe to the JT Effect. I'm on YouTube as well. I'm on Facebook. And also, if you wanted to just give to this channel, I do have a link that you can go to. You can go to anchor.fm/JTEffect/support. You can give $1, $5, or $10, and that'll be an investment into this black owned media. I own this. I own this show. This is my show. Thankfully, Boyce has allowed, you know, this show to be on the Black Boss channel, which he owns. He owns the Black Boss channel, black owned. So if you want to invest into black media that's not controlled by white people, this is a way that you can do it. Or like I said, you can subscribe, like, leave a comment, share it. If you want to give more, because I know somebody last time was saying that, is there more than I can give outside of the $1, $5, or $10? You can give more here. You can Cash App or you can PayPal. Just put in the notes what you're giving it for. Just put the JT Effect, and I'll completely understand what it's for. So that way I will be able to see and apply that money to where it needs to go. So that way we can have more of these, more of this out, or I can bring more people on like Tariq, that we can talk and speak on these real issues that nobody is telling us what to say and what not to say. But that all being said, Tariq, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Man, as always, you always dropping knowledge and just keeping it raw, real, funky. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you too, man. Excellent conversation. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And thank you, Chris, and everybody else who has been commenting. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Please come back. Like I said, subscribe, follow Tariq. He is on Facebook. Are they still blocking you on Instagram?
Yeah, bro. I got another 30-day ban, so it's all good.
Another 30
have to move to YouTube or something, man, because Facebook is getting draconian. It's getting ridiculous on there, bro. It's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
Yeah. So at least for right now, you can follow Tariq. That's where you can follow him, at T-Khaliq. Thanks again. You can follow me on at JT Slim Cutter on Instagram and Twitter. On Facebook, it's John F. Thomas. Like you see right there, John F. Thomas on Facebook and YouTube. for Instagram and Twitter at JT Slim Cutter. But that's being said, we're out of here. We love y'all. Again, subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all the next